See, from the dawn of time in what we in the biz call video games, there's been a persistent thorn in the side of the consumer: shovelware. And for those who don't know, shovelware is usually cheaply made, low-effort, low-quality, garbage video games pushed out for a quick buck. So think like the App Store, the Google Play Store, like the entirety of all that. But for some reason, people have taken up an odd crusade against Steam for its shovelware problems. And I find this just a little immensely stupid. Every video game on Earth has had shovelware. The Atari, that's what caused the video game crash. The NES, try playing any game on there that wasn't made by a company that still exists. Jump ahead, and half the Wii's library is shovelware. Jump ahead a little more, and look at PlayStation 4 and its seminal classic, Life of Black Tiger. And oh, don't think I forgot about you, PC. You ever go to Walmart, in the back with all the TVs that are about the size of yourself? Where they keep the consoles that are never there. Yeah, you'll look around a little bit and you'll find these compilation discs for PC. And the first thing you're going to think is, damn, who still plays physical PC games? And as sad as that being your first thought, your second thought will probably be, after examining it a little bit, wow, this is literally all garbage. Hell, the most notorious piece of shovelware came from that. I'm sure you're familiar with a little game known as Big Rigs Over-the-Road Racing. See, some people got it in their head that Steam's influx of trash is like some sort of cataclysmic anomaly. See, for a long time, Steam was a lot more tight about who and what could be uploaded to its storefront. In the wise words of David Duskdev over on Twitter, it was a walled garden. And for a while, this led to, I suppose, less shovelware, but it was also immensely hard to get your little startup indie dev studio's video game on Steam. You had to get connections. Have a man on the inside. If not, better hope a Let's Player finds your game. But a few years ago, the floodgates were opened, as I said before, to everything and anything. So that means your little 3-man studio can get their retro side-scroller about divorce on Steam, and Epic Games for Win Studios, located in the former Soviet Union, can upload Shooter Gun 7 too. That's where a lot of people have taken a large angie with. That meme games like Sakuya Gives You Advice and Dabs, I even bought the DLC, wow, or Cuckold Simulator, or, random trash like 420 Screen Clicker, or dare I even mention its holy name, Hentai and Weed Puzzles, can share the same platform as Call of Duty and The Sims. And really, I just don't see what the big issue is. These detractors say Steam doesn't curate its storefront. And yeah, they don't. But, who gives a shit? Letting in all this trash has only helped indie devs in the long run. Without that, you probably wouldn't have half the indie games you love right now. Hell, closer to home for me, I don't think this push to revive the boomer shooter genre would have half the manpower it does right now. I really don't think Realms Deep would have had 90% of the games it had there if, getting your game on Steam still required meeting Gabe Newell in an empty parking lot, only on, a Sunday night when the moon is waxing and the air is crisp in late November. Listen, I can buy the entire Call of Duty franchise, well, give or take a few entries. Wait a minute, actually, see, when I wrote this, I was gonna I was thinking oh man, the whole Call of Duty franchise is on there, but what it doesn't have? Call of Duty on the DS. Isn't that wacky? And I was gonna put Call of Duty on the DS screen, but looking at this, Steam just doesn't have a good chunk of them. Where's Black Ops 4? Black Ops 4 wasn't good, but you feel like it should be here. Okay, back on the script. On Steam for $1,069 now. Think about that. We're talking about the entire COD franchise, give or take a few. That's some of the best games ever made. And some of the worst. Some of the very worst. Now, Advanced Warfare had, more effort put into it than CyberDoge 2077 Meme Runner. On a technical level, sure. But think about this. Let's be real here. I'm gonna have more fun, and my money is probably better spent on a game with the funny yellow dog on it over the same AAA trash Activision puts out every year. So why does this game that nobody even likes deserve to be here when fucking CyberDoge over there is probably not just more liked, but it is probably a better game in general. Like I said before, every way to play a game has had shovelware. So why is it just Steam that people care so much about? At least it's honest. They're not going to hide and pretend that they have some high levels of quality control like other consoles, such. What's better? They pretend they have some semblance of standards, then release, the calculator game on the eShop? Or not bullshit you and say, yeah, we sell hot VR, but we also sell every single new indie title you'll ever love. I don't know about you, but I prefer something that's kind of sloppy but honest over something that's only slightly less sloppy and lies to your face. To wrap this up, let's revisit what David Duskdev said. You might want a walled garden, you might think you do, but you don't. That goes for devs and players. Steam tried to solve its issues with being a walled storefront. Steam Greenlight and other incentives and such just didn't work. The only solution, the best solution, was to open the floodgates and let all the trash in, along with every single talented indie studio. Whew. Alright, let me tell you, I had to re-record this entire video. Before, there was like this one thing that I wrote in the script, reading it out loud, well, I did read it out loud, but reading it, hearing it in the video, it sounded like fucking dorky as shit, and not in a good way. Yeah, so I had to re-record this. I'm re-recording this at like 9:16 a.m. just because I was gonna I'm gonna do a little bit of editing, then I'm probably gonna draw, but let me tell you, the moment I started listening to this audio, I was like, oh, what the fuck is that? It's horrible. So I decided to re-record it. And as you probably noticed, there hasn't been a new weird Steam stuff. Well, it's not like I ever had a set schedule, but it's been a little bit since the last one. I did really like the last one. I don't toot my own horn, but that's because if you looked at my channel, you probably can see that I was messing around with YouTube Shorts. And some got a pretty good traction. We're talking about above 1,000 views, and the other one's a couple hundred. And then they stopped getting a lot of traction. I don't know why. So I was like, better make another one of these. And while this one's not like the other ones, neither was the last one. I wasn't looking at a single game. I'm sure the last one I was looking at multiple games, but it was a sort of broad overview. This one was more so an argument. But I think this is I see people talk about Steam all the time, and I was just like, what is this? Like, who cares? Like, it doesn't, you wouldn't be able to play, like, fucking half the shit that you want to play if it was still, like, no, you can't put your game on here. We don't know who you are. You're an unknown studio. Fuck off, And I got another video planned. Last things before this video ends. Got another video planned, hopefully, because there's some rumors right now about something that might go down on Steam, and if those are true, which they might be, not knock on wood, I'm gonna have plenty to talk about. I really hope that goes through. Well, that's enough rambling. I just don't re-record videos at 9:20 in the morning. The video's over.